You've probably noticed how the same situation can be either the end of the world for some people or a starting point for something new for others. Some people, when faced with a problem, get discouraged and give up. But for others, a problem can be an opportunity for growth. The only difference is in perception. But here's the question. Can you consciously learn this? Is it possible to train yourself so that any situation works to your benefit and helps you grow? To get ahead of myself, I'll say yes, it is possible. And today I'll show you how to do it. Why doesn't life cut us any slack? Life is a great alchemist, and its purpose isn't to protect you from imaginary difficulties, but to help you unlock your potential. She challenges you not because she doesn't care, but because she knows that every difficulty is a test on your path, a lesson in your transformation in which you can effectively grow. Everyone faces trials, but only those who can extract gold from them grow and transform. And this isn't harshness, it's the highest form of care so that you remember and become who you are meant to be. Imagine that life is a constant exam, but not like a school test where you know the topic in advance. It's more like a game where everything is unexpected and you don't know what will happen next. Like an open world game full of countless possibilities, and you never know what life will throw at you on the next level. Complicated relationships, some problems at work or other challenges. And you either find a way to understand and adapt these events to yourself and move on to the next level, or you get stuck in one place, lost your job. Okay, you can sit and grieve that everything is lost and that you'll never achieve anything, or you can use this situation to move to a new level. Maybe you wanted to change your job for a long time, but were afraid. Or maybe you were in a place that didn't allow you to grow. Or maybe it wasn't your thing at all. Or perhaps it was a test of how resilient you are. A breakup? Some people drown it in alcohol or something else to distract themselves, spend months suffering, and convince themselves that they'll never find a better person. But others look at the situation completely differently. For some, it might be a sign that it's time to learn and start building healthier relationships. Or maybe it's time to focus on yourself. Or finally, realize that being alone isn't a punishment, but an opportunity to finally listen to yourself. Life always gives us the choice to be a victim in a situation or to be a creator. But most people choose the first option because it's easier for them, because they can complain, look for someone to blame, and not take any responsibility for their own reality. It's so easy. But when you realize that you have the right and the ability to choose, you start to see opportunities where before you only saw dead end. And with that, you stop clinging to circumstances and start using them effectively. You become someone who begins to see challenges and difficulties not as obstacles, but as raw material for your growth, for something greater. And here the question arises, how do you change your perception? If a difficult situation happens, what do you do? And the first reaction is anger, resentment, panic, hysteria. That's completely natural for most people. Your brain is wired for survival, so it resists in every possible way in such situations. Its job is to maintain the status quo, even though all of this keeps you stuck in suffering. But what's important for us to understand is that our reaction and our actions are our choice. You can stay trapped in this cycle of negativity, or you can choose to act completely differently in this situation. The only question is, what do you choose? When such a situation arises, try to take a step back and look at it, not as a problem, but as a challenge and an opportunity, not as a punishment. Ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me, and how can it make me stronger? What doors and opportunities will open for me if I can get through this, and who will I become? When you stop fighting and start looking deeper, the situation turns into a lesson. And along with that, you become an alchemist who knows how to turn any chaos into gold. For example, if you face rejection, no matter in which area, instead of giving up, ask yourself, how this situation might open up opportunities for you. Or maybe it was a sign that you're directing your efforts in the wrong direction. Or, for instance, do you need to strengthen your persistence and belief in yourself? If, for example, a relationship has ended, instead of feeling bitter, ask yourself what this experience has given you for your inner growth. Maybe you have learned or will learn to love yourself, to be more mindful, and to notice red flags much earlier. Shifting your perspective is an incredibly powerful skill. It's like picking up a camera and changing the angle. From one side, it might look like a dark corner, but from another angle, it's light and space. If you learn to look at life this way, you'll not only stop being afraid of problems, but you'll also learn to handle any situation effectively. After all, you'll stop reacting to them as if they're disasters and start seeing them as tools for growth. There are lessons that come through pain. That's because people only start thinking about these things after life has already backed them into a corner. When it's too late to change anything, when deep mistakes have been made and the crisis is already in full swing. But what if you don't wait until everything falls apart? And this is one of the most valuable skills, to recognize the signals in advance. After all, the universe, life itself, always warns us about everything. Through intuition, through knowledge, through signs, it always tries to tell us that something is wrong. But we rarely listen and often wait until the situation reaches a dead end. And you could say that reality gives us a slap on the wrist. And only then do we start to realize that maybe we should have paid attention earlier. And for this, of course, we need awareness. If you learn to pause calmly, easily, and relaxedly, look at the situation as an observer rather than as a participant in the drama, you will start to see patterns. You will not only see that every crisis is an opportunity, but you will also see how easily and simply situations that once seemed unsolvable can be resolved. How can you speed up this process? We are used to thinking in a limited way because that's how our brain works. It is attached to habits, to old patterns of thinking, and in order to change our perception, we need to restructure our thinking patterns. And for this, two key points are very important: awareness and our energy level. Energy, strength. If you are exhausted, if you have no strength, then no techniques will be able to help you. And that's why one of the most powerful tools is working with your inner state, with your energy balance. If you want to quickly reach a new level, then Kovalev's mineral can help you with this. What is it? It's not just a mineral, it's a tool that synchronizes your inner energy, eliminates internal chaos, and helps tune you to a higher frequency, raising your vibrations. Imagine you're turning on a radio. If the frequency is off, all you hear is static. But if you tune it correctly, if you adjust your radio, the sound becomes clear and you can hear the music. And the mineral is what synchronizes you with the biorhythms of nature. It helps you tune in, removing all the internal noise and interference, those interferences that prevent you from seeing the world differently. And by eliminating these interferences, the process of transformation accelerates. It will help you find the right perspective, because any situation in this life is, to a large extent, just a matter of perspective. And it's up to you to decide what colors to paint any situation with. And now imagine that you have finally switched to this new perspective, this new angle of perception, and you start to notice that the events which once seemed like a complete disaster are now just current tasks that can be handled easily and playfully, where you no longer react automatically, where you no longer cling to old emotions, but see the whole picture of the situation, even the world itself, much more broadly. What happens next? You stop wasting energy fighting reality, and a tremendous amount of resources is freed up within you. And instead of replaying the same scenarios in your head, you relax and start asking the right questions and receiving answers. You ask questions like, what is this situation teaching me? How can I use this to my advantage? What opportunities have opened up for me that I didn't see before? And this is when the most interesting thing happens. As soon as you stop fixating on the negative, space appears space for life. And the energy that used to be spent on doubts, anxiety, and worries now starts working for you. You feel a greater sense of lightness opening up within you. You no longer run away from problems or get stuck in your internal monologues, those endless inner dialogues where everything could have been different. And instead, you start to feel and find yourself here and now. And suddenly, you begin to sense the strength that comes when you stop resisting life and fighting against it. Life becomes your friend. It's a state where you feel the flow when everything falls into place and you sense opportunities, harmony, new paths and possibilities, acceptance of any situation, non-resistance that is the true God mode. But the most important thing is that it shouldn't just be a flash of realization after which you slip back into old habits and behavioral patterns. So the question is, how can we stay and remain in these states? After all, sometimes you've already caught this so-called flow, but a few days later you find yourself in similar situations again where you're irritated, aggressive, and dissatisfied. Why? Because, unfortunately, habits are stronger than one-time insights. Habits and automatisms are formed by the neural pathways in our brain. And if your nervous system is used to reacting with stress, then simple awareness, unfortunately, doesn't help. After a while, the body automatically switches back to that familiar state of tension. After all, we are built in such a way that our brain is always trying to bring us back to our comfort zone. And even if that comfort zone is the suffering it's used to, unfortunately, many people have simply gotten used to stress, to struggle, and to irritation. Our bodies are accustomed to adrenaline, and our minds are used to this kind of analysis, to constantly replaying problems. That's why, in order to strengthen this quality within yourself, the quality of accepting situations, the ability to benefit from them, it's important to practice it regularly. Even though sometimes we may slip back into old patterns, remind yourself of your choice constantly. It's similar to how you train your muscles at the gym. It's not a one-time magic trick, but an ongoing process. After all, every day you are faced with a choice to once again fall into the old familiar pattern of reactions, or to take a new path, to make a new choice. And this choice depends on your inner frequency, on your high vibrations. Here are 3 simple steps that will help you maintain this clarity of perception. The first is concentration, focus, and control over that focus. To do this, every morning ask yourself, make it a habit, what do I choose to focus my attention on today? If you automatically get drawn to negativity in situations or thoughts, then shift your attention to things that are empowering. And if suddenly your mind keeps pulling you back to discussing those old problems, catch yourself in the act and immediately redirect your attention to something else, something positive. At first, this might feel completely unfamiliar, but over time, it will become your new automatic skill. The second point is your physical state. Our body is like an antenna. If it is tense, overloaded, or clogged with toxins, you won't be able to maintain high frequency states or high energy levels. Support it with movement, breathing, clean water, and healthy food. Pay attention to how you breathe. A deep, conscious breath down to the base of your spine can very quickly and immediately change your perception. Exercise, stretching, or even just a short walk in the fresh air can instantly shift your state. Third, energetic frequency. Every day, as we encounter chaos, we absorb other people's emotions, fears, and anxieties, and cleansing ourselves of this is the foundation of our inner balance. Incorporate moments of silence into your day. Disconnect from internal noise. Start practicing some energy techniques and be mindful of what you allow into your space. And this is where Valeo mineral water comes in again, because it's not just support on a physical level, it's a tool that helps you avoid sinking into low states, return to your flow more quickly, and anchor a new frequency of perceiving life. You can think of it as a helper, as a reminder that you choose to see this world differently. All the magic of life is within you, and the mineral water helps you synchronize with the level of state that you have already begun to reach. It's like a signal booster, something that helps you, like a radio receiver. Tune into a clear frequency without interference. And ultimately, it's not about the mineral, not about the techniques, and not even about transformation. It's about your decision. You can continue living the way you did before, reacting, suffering, struggling, complaining, getting stuck in some negative stories. Or you can choose to look at this life from a new perspective. Who do you choose to be? A victim of circumstances, or someone who shapes their own reality through conscious choice? The choice is always yours. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and follow the link below.